Hi, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is your full moon and Cancer reading. It's going to be a little bit intense for us. You know, it is in the water sign, but there's some beautiful things happening as the full moon brings in this release for us with the World card. Okay, with the World card, it means you've learned the hard lessons. With the World card, it means everything you've worked for is coming full circle and everything is coming together. And there's a completion, there's an accomplishment for some of you. You could be getting awarded at this time. There's an attainment and fulfillment. There's, for some of you, it's traveling. For some of you, you're doing in some international studies online. And for some of you, it's just a celebration of life after what you've been through in the past. And you've been asking for this, water signs. A lot of you have been asking about, you know, maybe doing something different for yourself and believing in rare opportunities and them actually showing up for you. Well, I think it's here. I think whatever this is that you may have kept hidden, or maybe you thought it was just an illusion, you know, it's actually manifested and you're taking on this opportunity. And for some of you, with the Six of Swords in the future, it looks like it might require some type of travel, right? Or relocation for some of you. For some of you, it's going to be short drives back and forth in your car. So it's different for everyone. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I think, you know, now that you've when you look back and you've thought things through different perspectives, you've rose above your past and allowed the cycle to end. That's what the World card tells me. You've broken those generational curses where maybe, you know, you're doing your own thing. You're the black sheep. You're finally mustering the strength and the courage to do something different other than just following the status quo for yourself. And you have the determination to do it. You know, you've dealt with insincerity. You've dealt with non-committal people, lovers, you know, people not keeping their words, people jealous of you. You've been disappointed for a long time. It's not made you happy in the past. So for some of you, something in Leo season in August, you know, there was some type of sadness there. You were lacking connection to your inner child for some reason. And it could be a childhood wound that's been triggered for some of you, but you're learning a little bit better boundaries, and you're able to not be over emotional at that time. So you will be able to handle this full moon, you know, much better. It'll be more head over heart. You're disciplining your over emotionalism. You're going to be more honest with people, with yourself. You're going to have that mental agility to speak your mind with authority. It's beautiful as the King of Swords here, right? So whatever you've been praying for, you know, it's a situation that really, it's like you stop trying for a long time, and you're going into a new chapter, and it's safe to let go, to move on, to move forward with as little resistance as possible. And this is not the time to hold on to any emotional baggages. Release it on this full moon. Do a Epsom salt cleansing bath. Put your favorite essential oils in there. Do some journaling. Do your moon water in the moonlight. Do whatever rituals floats your boat, right? Like, do some self-care. And surrender to the divine. Take time out if things, you know, are moving too quickly for you. Take a day or two to yourself. Like, really meditate and contemplate that, you know, if things have been stagnant, know that you can change the outcome by adjusting your belief and your behavior about whatever situation that is. And in meditation, some of you are going to be meditating. Some of you could be going to healers. Some of you could be going to a yoga class, and in that period of rest and contemplation, you'll renew your soul, and you come back with more determination. And finally, having the resilience with the Nine of Wands here to believe in yourself again and have the courage to continue on this path. And I know a lot of you have been through so much the past 9 years. For some of you, it's double that, 18. So you're finally realizing, and you have in the recent past, like, I'm not stuck here. I'm not a victim to my circumstances. I'm going to empower myself, and I'm going to find my inspiration, and I'm going to take action. And when my ships come in, I'm out. I'll share a quick story. When I was teaching in the public schools, and I started doing, the psychic readings part-time on the side, I was so excited. I would do it on my lunch hour. I would I would do it the minute I got home, and do it till 1 or 2 a.m. and then wake up to go to work the next day and do the same thing. So, and I remember telling my friend Susie one day, when my ships come in, and that's what the Three of Wands reminds me of, when my ships come in, I'm out of here. And she was the only one I really told. I kept my plans to myself. So maybe Spirit has me sharing that story with you to keep your plans to yourself, because people can project their energy and naysay, right? Some people will celebrate you or cheer you on. Some people will naysay and say you're crazy and project their fears. So it's in this environment you've been in, whether this is work or a marriage or friendship circles, like it's always in conflict. Like I feel like you always feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're competing, or like there's like tension and people disagreeing, gossiping. It's so annoying. Like and it makes you close off, and you almost want to keep to yourself, and then they talk more about you. So, it's another reason I left that hostile environment where I was at when I was teaching. I love my job, but at the same time, it creates animosity because the system is set up that way. It's not people, it's the way the system is. You tend to get people against each other on purpose, deliberately, so that none of us can collaborate and say, hey, why don't we do this together? It's much easier, and the more of us say it, then we can bring it to the boss. But they don't encourage that. They encourage gossip. They encourage, I just saw it all, and I'm so glad I'm out of there. So anyway, you're going to be speaking your mind to solve your problems. There's mental clarity. This is a beautiful, beautiful new start with the Ace of Swords. You having this massive breakthrough, new ideas come, and how you're going to proceed to this new idea or passion, and how you're going to succeed in it. It's almost like psychic surgery. You're like really starting to gain clarity on what to cut out in your life to move forward in the direction that you always knew you were meant to be in when you were younger. Some of you, you were always like that. You still have that in you. You still have that enthusiastic, eyes of a child perspective, where you can start new again and look at things fresh, look at things, and as a free spirit, like there's just explore and your freedom. I think a lot of you have compromised your freedom, and I get it. And I'm here to support you when you're ready to leave the matrix and leave the past behind. And when you get to the other side, once you do, because the first words I remember saying was, damn, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I do this sooner? I love the freedom. I love the idea that I can get up and live life on my own terms. I can take care of my health on all four bodies: mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. And I work on all of those four bodies every single day so that I can show up to be in my best version of myself. Well, even when I have my days, I'm a little bit tired, I'm a little bit moody, whatever, right? I can't predict my moods, but for the most part, when you're doing what you love, you're consistent, and it feels good to feel good. That's what I'm learning on this path, and so I keep doing more of the things that make me feel good. So that's where you're headed. Water signs, it's exciting. You may not know exactly how you're going to be independent and like work for yourself yet, and that's okay. But you faith it until you make it, right? Not fake, because it's really hard to be fake, for me at least, especially us water signs. We can't be fake. People can read right through us when we're upset or annoyed or something, or irritated. People can just see. So because the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, but the full moon is gonna bring up this. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. It's gonna bring out like your how you temper your spending habits, how you it's gonna make you realign your position with money. It's gonna make you question. Nine of Pentacles here. Like you can't overspend as much, because if you're gonna work for yourself, you don't have that salary, that guaranteed check coming in every month or every 2 weeks, right? You're gonna have to. I don't want to say hustle, because that's a very matrix term as well, because when you're doing what you absolutely love to do and you're present and you enjoy and you're showing up for yourself, you're able to show up for others, and love and money will follow. It's like an equation, there's not really much to think about, but it requires a leap. It requires self-mastery of your emotions. It requires mastering the cognitive dissonance that, oh, what if, but this, the negativity, the self-talk, the negative self-talk, I'm afraid to be alone. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do my hair, or do my nails, or buy this, or go clubbing. Like, all of those things are going to come to the surface for you to learn about temperance. And I mean, my Fridays, when I was doing a lot of my healing work, my Fridays went from going to hanging out with my friends, or I always worked anyway. Like, I was always working another second or third job. So it's not like I was a happy hour, it was once in a blue that I went out, and I chose jobs that were fun and where I could socialize with people, so that I felt like I could have both. So for some of you, like Fridays, like TGIF, it's like the one thing you look forward to in your week, but that doesn't have to be that way, right? Like, that is all programming that you're going to learn to deprogram, and these things are going to come up of where you're putting your money. Right? So you're going to have to learn to be a minimalist for a while if you want to be more independent. There's going to be self-sacrifices that you're going to have to give up. Like, there's always a sacrifice the sacrifice of short-term immediate gratification for long-term returns, right? So I'm still learning many of those lessons, and I'm getting better at it. But at the same time, whatever this is that's coming your way, water signs, it's going to put a smile on your face. That's just what I sense. It's going to allow you to fall in love with life and explore life metaphorically. It's like, if this is a trip, you're just going to like widen your worldview again. You're going to count your blessings. You're going to be laughing more. You're not trapped. It's going to be a wonderful time to study. I mean, when I first started, I remember delving deep into reading and learning about tarot and oracle, and practicing and watching, hours and hours of tarot videos. Like, I was obsessed, and that's what Scorpios do, right? Like, Scorpios obsess when they're passionate about someone or something. But on a higher frequency, I used it to gain wisdom, to be able to support other people. And it's fun. I love magic, and I always have, and that's not going to stop either. Let's pull you an advice card. Get you an art card and some charms. What do you have for water signs for this full moon? So whenever you hear this, just know that it's going to be a great time, and you're going to be more grateful for whatever this is that you're walking away or have walked away from to start your new chapter. You're moving into a more optimistic energy, and you got Leonardo da Vinci. Right? So this is a Renaissance man, and that's, you're going to dissect what makes us human. You're going to start to look into research, like you would a crystal ball. For some of you might even buy a crystal ball. But if you're interested in learning some esoteric studies, book a session with me. I do those one-on-one. I can do group settings, whatever you're comfortable with, and we could delve deep. Your charm for water signs. Oh, look at this. You got the peace sign. I mean, that's self-explanatory, right? You're moving into calmer waters, and that matches the Six of Swords, which is calmer, peaceful, moving on, letting the baggage go. Like, that is, you choose happiness and peace over drama and conflict and repeating that generational cycle that doesn't even belong to you. You're creating a new imprint in your DNA so that your children already have that option to choose a better way, and you're helping them, and your legacy as well. So this is exciting.